Hello Pisces, welcome to your weekly reading. This is for the week beginning April 8th and going through to April 15th, 2026. Yeah, for the 7-day period, Pisces Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus signs. Let's take a look at your energy. You've drawn this card of Miss Spiderweb. Now, with this one, I want you to visualize a spider making all of these connections, working its web to catch something, right? I feel that for you with the Sun card, this Pekin duck, and look at him, he's such a happy guy. I feel like at this time you're reworking connections. Now some of these connections you're repairing the web, the connection, and others you're tearing down the web, letting it fall. Yes, I really like that. It feels like reworking your connections. You know, we all evolve, and of course we don't take the same people through on our journey. So I think that you're really thinking about, well, which connections are best serving me and which are not, when it comes to having clarity about where you see yourself going in the future. Yeah, I also get an energy around you here of fixing old websites. Some of you could be taking down a website, repairing it, reworking it. So it may not be the web energy that I'm picking up. It may be more about World Wide Web, the internet. So I'm also picking that up. Some of you could be restarting a social network or social connections, or rejoining some sort of social connected network. Be different for everyone, of course, Pisces, but let's take a look at your energy here for the week beginning April 8th and going all the way through to April 15th. Of course, play with time a little bit. Some of it will be a bit before, some of it will be a little bit later. Let's take a look. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus signs. I want to thank you, Pisces, for your support. As always, you guys are great. I appreciate each and every one of you. Be sure to drop me a comment down below, Pisces. Love to hear your feedback. And drop me a like as well if something resonates with you today. Pisces, right in the center of this reading, High Priestess. It is coming up in the reverse. You know, I'm picking that up as this Sun energy. Now, the High Priestess, when it's in the upright, is very much more of a secret energy. It's more of a receptive energy. But the Sun is more gung-ho. It's more action-oriented. It's more male energy. So that's what I'm picking up here. For some time, you may have been flying under the radar, maybe more of a secret. But here I get an energy of being seen more, getting yourself out there. And again, that could be physically, or it could be on like social media as well. Past energy, we've got this King of Cups. There is a connection here, but it could be with another Pisces like yourself. It could be a Cancer or a Scorpio, male or female. This reading is not meant to be gender specific, but that person's coming up in the reverse. And here's this Sun energy. So you may be rewiring a connection, or completely tearing it down. We'll see where that goes. I'm going to get a card from the Divination of the Ancients about this. Seems like you've gotten clarity about something or someone. Yeah, palmistry. It's all about your interpretation. Head or heart is what I just got there from Spirit. How you're interpreting things at the moment, is it with your head or with your heart? That's going to determine the way forward for you, Pisces. This card speaks about drawing conclusions. Now, a lot of times we draw conclusions that leave us feeling upset or frustrated. But with this card, it's about recognizing that our reactions, are due to our own interpretation of what others say and the situations that you find yourself in. It's really interesting. Say we're communicating with one other person and it's just you two, okay? You're having your own interpretation of what's going on, and the other person is having their own interpretation, and they can be very different, especially if it's a male-female thing, but just where there's just two opposites there. Opposites attract, right, but they also repel. So how is this interpretation affecting you at this moment? Adopting a new way of thinking, of interpreting things, can help you at this time. So what you get here is embarking with a new sense of attitude, grabbing opportunities with gusto and purpose certainly will turn your life around, and you'll find that you achieve more than you ever have. And I think when you do that, their interpretation of you will be very different as well. You'll notice that others' attitudes towards you will become more positive. So if you go in with this negative energy, you'll get that negative energy mirrored back to you. I use this example a lot, but this happened to me quite a few years ago now, but it made me learn the lesson. I had this plant that was growing slightly over the sidewalk or the footpath, and I saw this neighbour approaching from down the street. She was a couple doors down, and I was clearing things up. I was in the process of getting rid of all of that and cutting things back and doing a lot of hard work in the garden. And she comes up, and I immediately got in a defensive stance even before she opened her mouth. And of course the conversation did not go well. It led to a lot of swearing, and yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't that bad, but it was bad enough. Okay, all right. So my point with this is, Pisces, that if you go in with that negative attitude, that defensive posture, you're going to get that back. And that may have happened with this King of Cups in reverse. So changing that by going in with a happy, more friendly, positive energy, believing the best in others, we can, of course, turn things around. Yeah, okay. Interesting energy. Nothing's all black or all white, and neither is a people. Look at a situation through different eyes, and consider your situation right now, and see how this attitude may have affected you when it comes to your connections. Okay, interesting. The Fool, yeah, the Fool is a little bit more trusting. For some of you, this is about learning to trust again after having had that trust abused in the past. It's a difficult place to be in, certainly. But I do get an energy here of, when it comes to your work, taking love off the table for a minute here, Pisces. When it comes to your work, I feel that you have to look at things from a positive level. Any connection that speaks negatively of others, I think you have to get rid. The friend that's constantly gossiping or saying bad things about other people. Readers where every reading is about people trying to get back at you and that kind of thing, or putting negative thoughts in your mind about people in your life. Unless it's a personal reading, guys, you really do have to take some of these things with a grain of salt. I see a lot of love readings on YouTube, and I've been guilty of this in the past as well, of that put a negative spin on someone that's around you. And it's a general reading, guys. If it's a personal reading, take that. But if it's not a personal reading, it's a general reading, don't read things. You have to read between the lines, I'd say. It's not black or white. It's probably somewhere in the middle. Okay. Two of Wands in reverse is your best path to follow. Yeah, I am getting an energy around this of finding what you need. Finding what you need. It may not be, it might be even, it's familiar territory, but it's unfamiliar. It's like revisiting something, but in such a different way that it feels different, it looks different. Okay. And around you we've got this Emperor. But the Emperor is in reverse. And it looks to me like it's connected to this King of Cups in reverse. It's all interpretation. You got to read between the lines. There seems to be something here that is just missing the mark when it comes to your communication styles. I'm going to get some more information about this, Pisces. Oh, okay, we've got two there. I'm going to take it. We've got the Athame, boundaries, and containment, cauldron. Oh, okay. Being protected from harm, protected from hurt. The Athame is associated with fire, actually. I know a lot of people associate it with swords energy, but it's actually attached to fire energy, the Athame. And when we talk about boundaries, it's making sure that before you open up any communication that you are very sure of your intentions when it comes to that. Sending the right signals. People around you may be not getting a true picture of you at this time. I get a haze around you. Yeah, you may not be giving the right signals about who and what you are. So with this Athame energy, it's about focus, getting to the point, making sure that if you set boundaries, they are boundaries. You can't go back and take down the boundary and say, oops, I didn't mean it. If you set boundaries with someone, they will respect those boundaries, but you can't go back and tear down your own boundaries here and let something in again. It just doesn't, and expect it to come back in the same way. It just doesn't work that way. Yeah, interesting energy. People around you may not take you seriously if you set boundaries and then you tear down those boundaries. Because if you do that, you'll find that others think that they can just cross the line and continue doing what they did before. They won't respect you or your space. Also, I'm getting an energy here of containment when it comes to anger with all of this fire energy. For some of you, you may be being drawn towards some sort of negative source. Now, literally, it could be palmistry for some of you, but it won't be for all of you. If you find that your energy is drained, at the end of a conversation with someone. That's telling you that things need to change and that a boundary needs to be put up, especially if there's anyone around you who is just, it just takes up too much of your time. For some of you, it could be about social media and looking at negative things about the world, people, whatever, on social media. That's a drain. And for some of you, that needs to be contained. Boundaries need to be put up when it comes to time spent on social media, or time spent in conversations that are circular, that just go round and round, that don't have any solutions. Yeah. Something is drawing your attention unnecessarily rather than focusing on what's important. Athame, of course, is about cutting ties, and we said that before with this energy of spiderweb. Cutting ties to anyone or anything that doesn't serve your higher purpose right now. Because I do get a lot of really positive energy around you and flow when it comes to your work. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're banishing people from your life. Some of you are. But it's just that you're putting up that boundary. You won't be taking on their energy. Drawing away that negative energy, which could be drawing you away from your purpose. So cord cutting, and refocusing your energy back to what's important. Because this feels like a diversion. Focus on what's truly important. Don't give in to superficial demands of others at this time. Set clear boundaries and keep those boundaries in place. So make sure when you set a boundary, it is a real boundary and it's what you want. Because if you keep going backwards and forwards here, setting boundaries and then saying, oops, didn't mean it, no one's going to take that seriously. Yeah, the Athame, of course, is used for that ritual purpose of casting that circle, cutting ties, directing energy. It's also used to cut and reseal a door in a ritual circle, so keeping the connections that are important and casting aside those that aren't. Yeah, it represents the element of fire, as I said, and it is that with the Sun card, it is that masculine principle, evoking the act of procreation. Creation. And with the energy of the cauldron here, which speaks about containment, containing an energy, keeping things contained, containing your anger, as I said, keeping a lid on things. There's a gentle simmering. Keeping things at the moment on this gentle simmer as to not get burned. Use this as a time for nurturing, for preparation. Be patient. Some of you here are missing important information. Nine of Pentacles is what you want. Yeah, I feel that you want. If you had your druthers, if you had that ability to manifest right now, I feel that what you would want is to remain single, independent, financially independent, and you would prefer not to have toxic connections in your life. And with the Four of Swords in reverse, I was getting an energy around you here of coming out of that time of containment. It's like you've had something you've been working on something in the background. And you're waiting until the time is right. What's hidden here? The Chariot, yeah. And then you'll make your move. Yeah, so right now I feel like you're getting things, you're putting all the ingredients together, reworking your connections. It's important work, guys. It really is. So let's see, I want to get some more cards on that Four of Swords in the reverse. We've got the Carrot here, clarity. Yeah, well, we've got the Sun card twice, and this is number one card in this deck, which is associated with new beginnings after achieving clarity. So new ideas, yeah, you're probably keeping them simmering on the stove there until you're ready to reveal them. New ideas, breakthroughs, increases. Yeah, it looks like things are going to I get that head or heart decision, and for a lot of you, you're focusing more with your head at the moment until you gain clarity about your emotions. I think that you're focused more on more of increasing your resources. There is with this Chariot card, there's a very strong chance of triumph over any difficult challenge. And there's certainly an opportunity for growth here. There could be somebody here when it comes to relationships, this Emperor in reverse. I feel that that's somebody who's more focused on the physical, sex, passion. Spirit is saying if you're getting that vibe, if you're getting that kind of energy from this person, then don't overthink it. It is what it is. I'm also getting energy here of placing roadblocks. Those boundaries that I was talking about with this Athame. This lust, this powerful lust attraction you could be putting up a block to that at this time. Boundaries. Yeah. So some of you are aware that someone is more about sex, but you're putting up a boundary to that. Yeah, for some of you in relationships, you could be coming across as quite a challenge at this time. And, that's something that's probably attracting more people to you. Powerful attraction, certainly. Yeah, passion. But with you, I feel that you're this very attractive, individual, independent type of person. I'm picking up hard-working energy as well. You're working hard. There's an element of luck with these Sun cards that are coming in. So I think that if you look at your life right now, there's a lot of really good things happening. So it's all up to your interpretation and how you look at this. Now, when you look in the mirror, you may be thinking, oh gosh, that you expect yourself to have to be perfect. But you're attracting a lot to you right now. And it's you don't have to be perfect. I get this energy of a lot of you Pisces may be really expecting yourself to be perfect. Leaving things simmering on the stove there until things are just right. Yeah, that could be you this week, guys. That feels like a good place to leave that. I'm going to get another couple of cards. All right. Protected by angels. Love that energy of protection around you. I get you being quite high up on the pecking order. I just got that from Spirit with that peck and duck. This is a new you. Rewiring your connections around you. And also I get this energy of reconnecting when it comes to social media, restarting or starting up social media accounts, that kind of thing, but very positive energy. Hard work will bring results and coins. Luck with money when it comes to your work. And let's see, I'm going to get some Tea leaves for Pisces. Disappointment in a friend or lover. That could be that King of Cups there. Romance, celebration or party. You could be being invited to some event here. You will be taken care of in difficult times. We've got money coming in. September might be important for you for, let's see why. Oh gosh, it could be some marriage if that's something that you want. A money path, a path with money is waiting for you to find it there, Pisces. And anything else here? Looks like money is going to be good for you. Love? I don't know. I think it's more of a head or heart kind of decision or choice point with that Chariot. And there could be an announcement around marriage in the month of September, which would lead to great happiness. We've got this Harp card. I'm going to leave it there for you, Pisces. Wish you all the very best. If you'd like a personal reading, you can reach out to me. My links are down below, or you can Google me, Gypsy Insights Tarot on Etsy, ETSY. I thank you so much for your likes, your shares, your comments, and your subscribes. Please do keep them coming, and bye for now, Pisces.